welcome back to 20 Minutes or Less. I'm Lee Newton.
I'm Elliot Morgan.
Woof.
Lee, I have some news that you're not going to want to hear. Adam Carolla, you know, Adam, the man show Carolla. Adam, I have no idea what he does now. Carolla is getting press as of lately because he was quoted telling the New York Post, "Dudes are funnier than chicks. If my daughter has a mediocre sense of humor, I'm just going to tell her, be a staff writer for a sitcom because they'll have to hire you. They can't really fire you and you don't have to produce that much. It'll be awesome." How you doing, Lee?
I'm great. Continue.
And while he doesn't hate working with women, they make you hire a certain number of chicks and they're always the least funny on the writing staff. Lee, how you doing?
Just fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I get it. Adam Carolla was quoted saying this because he was promoting his book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a book called Not Taco Bell Material. A book sharing stories about how he became the angry, middle-aged man that he is today. Because that sounds enthralling. Look, Adam, I get it. It's hard to promote a book when you're desperately clinging on to whatever eking relevance you had from an outdated, misogynistic piece of trite show that gave you a platform for ignorance and allowed you, the only living proof that Frankenstein really does exist, to spout off and not feel the repercussions. But there's no need to say things that aren't true simply because you're trying to get a rise out of people.
Okay, well, in fairness, he did say that Sarah Silverman, Tina Fey, and Kathy Griffin were all super funny chicks.
Well, that's because they are. Adam, I get that you're not saying that women can't be funny. I get that you're talking about your experiences as a writer in a writer's room, and you're talking about the things based on your experience and your idea of what you think is funny, which is clearly different than a lot of people's. Notice how it's not called Adam Carolla Live. But the problem is that you're giving a voice to ignorance.
Yeah, it's not that women can't be funny. They can be, but what you're doing is reiterating and, by proxy, giving a common sexist and wrong statement credit. Why? Because you are a dude saying this about dudettes. Women, in other words.
Exactly. You're likening it to something as basic as biology. It's not the difference of men being funnier than women, it's a person being funnier than another person. Sure, there are women out there that aren't funny, but there are men out there that suffer the same fate. To quote Lindy West, being funny is like any other artistic skill, but to wield it successfully requires outspokenness, unapologetic honesty, supreme self-assuredness, and an outright refusal to pander. And those aren't exactly the traits that we foster in our little girls.
Saying that things are gender specific is where we get in trouble here, Adam, okay? Some men aren't qualified to be soldiers, some women aren't qualified to cook, but those are what we call gender stereotypes, and it's time we, abolish those, especially when you look at the overall picture. Comedy isn't gender specific, it's funny specific, which is why it's called comedy.
Adam even went on to claim in the interview that women like Joy Behar and Sherry Shepherd wouldn't have a place on TV if they weren't women. He said, "They're not funny enough for being dudes. What if Roseanne Barr was a dude? Think we'd know who she was?" And yeah, I think we would. Why? Because even though she had the curse of being a woman, she still had 9 seasons on a network television show that constantly had a #1 spot. So yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, and as far as there being no place for women on TV, that's just not true. There are plenty of mediocre men on TV, but there are also plenty of men and women coming together to break down walls and create good, solid comedy. To name a few: Lucille Ball, Carol Burnett, Tracy Ullman, Rachel Dratch, Chelsea Handler, Ellen DeGeneres, Amy Sedaris, Carrie Kenny, Julia Louis-Dreyfus,
Kristen Wiig, Lisa Lampanelli, Amy Poehler, Melissa McCarthy, Maria Bamford, Brett Butler, Jenny McCarthy, Christina Applegate, Kristen Schaal, Carrie Brownstein, Joan Rivers, and many, many more that haven't been given the opportunity because of the constant reinforced sexist statements that are given validity by men like you. But you know what? Hey, it's a free country. So go on saying that women aren't as funny as men, because if anyone's gonna be an expert on not being funny, it would be you.
Oh, snap. So who is your favorite funny lady and why? Let us know your thoughts on the matter in the comments section located right down there.
And don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. Click the annotation down below or go to SourceFed.com for our 5 daily stories and every other story we've ever done. I'm Lee Newton.
I'm Elliot Morgan. Women. Because you're a girl.
I get it.